From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, 'cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we wake we'd be the only sound. Get on my knees and say a prayer, change round. That can make your hands clap.
It's the week of Friday, April 29, 2016, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's show is brought to you by Bombas Socks.
Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about them
my
again.
favorite sock company. You know, socks are the #1 most requested item in homeless shelters, and Bombas was founded to help solve that problem. It's an athletic sock company where for every pair purchased, a pair is donated to those in need. To date, more than 400,000 pairs have been donated around the
That's
country.
a significant amount of socks.
You know,
That is a ton of socks.
I do the math in my head when I hear numbers like that. Like, hey, they're doing well. Good for
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Like 400,000 times retail price of okay. Yeah, good for them.
Congratulations, Bombas.
Yeah, it's
And homeless population.
these are absolutely the most comfortable socks I've ever worn, and they are exclusively what I wear on airplanes when I travel because I take my shoes off.
No, absolutely. I just flew last week. I don't have to second everything.
Wait, I have a question
Yes.
about that strategy, Cameron.
We're
When you're taking your shoes off in the airplane,
Yeah.
rocking your Bombas, the motivation behind it, is it, here's what I need help clarifying. Or is it the fact that you're around like a tube full of strangers that you want to show these socks off, or is it just a comfort thing?
No, the Bombas socks,
point.
they have
It's
the
a combo.
It's like a little hug for your foot.
Right.
There's no toe seam. They stay up. They're all puffy like you're walking on clouds. So
It's like compression socks.
Yeah, exactly. So that you in a plane situation, and then you got to walk down the aisle. You don't want to have ratty like
Time
toe
out,
seam.
time out,
You don't
time
want
out.
toe
Jesse-
seam socks.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
time out. Pause. Hit the pause button here. You said walk down the aisle. Do you not put the shoes back on
No.
if you have to use
No,
the
we're all in this together.
No.
We're
What do
all-
you do for the bathroom?
We're all in this together. The shoes are off. The shoes are off. You got your
There's no
sweatpants
germs
on.
in the
I got
no,
my
no,
shoes
floor of
off.
an airplane.
No.
Yeah,
No,
we're
no.
all just hanging out like
No.
we're hanging out.
No. This is a critical point to understand. Do you put your shoes on if you have to go to the bathroom?
That'd be the only reason to walk down the aisle.
Depends on how bad he has to go.
That is the filthiest thing.
What are you talking
You gotta
about?
burn your Bombas socks and get a new order. Like, you cannot go
He
with
does. He
socks in the
actually
bathroom.
It's an airplane
he takes
bathroom.
them off when he deplanes and puts on a fresh pair of Bombas.
No, Eddie, he does
I
not
think
want to
it's-
ruin the bomb. This will clear everything up, Eddie. When he goes to the bathroom, he does not want to ruin the Bombas. He takes them off and just goes in there.
Ugh, so filthy.
How else do you dry your hands
but-
after you wash them? You dry them with your perfectly clean Bombas. That's true. Bombas come in a variety of colors and styles, from super bright to simple, solid colors. So whatever your style, you could be like kind of business cash like Eddie. You could be a little jazzy like Chandler. You know.
Chandler. We'll talk about Channing in a second.
You can go right now to bombas.com/relevant, all lowercase, BOMBAS.com/relevant, and use the offer code relevant to get 20% off your first purchase at Bombas.
And their social media is on point too.
Yeah.
They're like awesome. They're a great company.
And honestly, no toe seams and really comfortable little foot hugs.
Dude, I really
That's
need
what
to
they
get
give
some.
you.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have any?
I don't have any.
Oh, we got to remedy that.
Great
Like they're
arch support.
That's great.
they're like actually really, really.
You know how you can remedy it? Bombas.com/relevant.
Oh, you can purchase
all
them.
lowercase, 20% off.
You guys have sold me.
Like I said, I'm your host Cameron. Here with me in our Orlando studios. Welcome back, Eddie Big Cat Koffolds.
Thank goodness, friends. Good
We
to be
missed
with
you last week.
Thanks, man.
Over there
Yeah,
on the
we
ones and
missed you.
twos, our interim producer, my brother, Chandler String.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And all the way from Portland, Oregon, Joy Eggerich Reed.
Present.
I've gotten used to saying all three.
You have.
Yeah.
She is married.
But more used to it than I have. I'm so inconsistent. I went to the doctor yesterday. I said my name was Joy Reed. I go other places, I say my name's Joy Eggerich. I go other places, I say Joy Eggerich Reed. We don't need to talk about it all again, but I'm just saying I'm still not used to it.
Why did you go to the doctor yesterday?
I had a yearly dermatology appointment.
Oh.
But you know,
I thought you were gonna.
I
mention you falling down the stairs.
Yeah, no, I'm falling down. I literally,
Nice
this week
pitch.
has been real special. Yeah, fell down the stairs like an old woman. But I had my the reason it hurt so bad is because normally when you fall, you do what?
Get
You,
up.
put-
Don't fall.
You,
You catch yourself.
I
Get
think
up,
there's a lot of things
try
that
again.
happen.
you put your hands out to brace yourself. But I had my computer in my hand, and my computer is more valuable than my life. So I like kept the computer up in the air and then just fell really hard on my tailbone. So
How many stairs was it?
well, it was just the bottom two. But here's the
Go
thing: we have an old house. No.
You might as well
Like-
just say you fell, not fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's basically a curb.
Right.
Like that's
let me-
tripping on a curb. And can I guess how you fell? Did Matt leave one of his roller skates right at the bottom on the second stair?
No.
Look, can I say that one misplaced roller skate is the is responsible for about 97% of stair falls in America? I've looked at it.
Yeah.
Most people don't even own two skates. They just leave that one sitting around in inopportune places.
No, this is what happened, and I tell you so that if you guys ever come to visit, we have a home that's from 1910, and for whatever reason, the second to last step is shorter. It's like an inch shorter than the other steps. And we have had several, like we have to tell everyone that's going down the stairs, watch that second to last step. It's shorter than the other steps. And so, but they're wooden. And it was like one huge fall. Like I just fell directly with my computer in the air, right on my tailbone, let out a guttural yell. I heard Matt was across the house, and he said he thought he was going to discover me with a bone sticking out of my arm. That's how hard the fall was. So even though it was only the last two steps, it was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, he like runs in. He's like, "What? You fell 7 inches?
All that for okay.
Yeah, what's the big deal?" Well, anyway, I'm glad you're okay.
Coming up later, we talk to winner of last season of The Voice, Jordan Smith. He joins us. Jordan is the highest grossing voice artist ever and only the third artist of any kind to have 3 top 10 songs simultaneously.
Oh,
That is insane.
Also coming up later, Joy was at the premiere this week of the film For the Love Of. It was a film made by the Micah Challenge. It looks at what happened when Sarah and John McMillan, William Matthews from Bethel Music, and Song of Water's Stephen Roach went over to the Paris climate talks. Joy sits down with some of the people behind the film, Jason Fleda and Stephen Roach, to discuss why the issue is so important. And then also Aaron, our editorial director, Aaron Hambray joins us, and we give you guys a little behind the scenes of the brand new issue of Relevant, which is coming out next week. Ewan McGregor's on the cover. Rob Bell is in the issue. There's a bunch of stuff going on.
now we're getting into it. Rob Bell.
Rob Bell, John Gray, Claire Diaz-Ortiz. There's a bunch of great stuff. So that's coming up later as well. So we got 3 segments. But we want to know, Eddie, you were gone last week. What did we miss? What's going on in your world?
Man, that's
Can this be Eddie's personalized in case
yeah.
you missed
It's
it?
it's really
Yeah.
more. My
In
life
case
is
you
not
missed
as
it in
exciting
Eddie's
as you. Actually, I don't think you think my life is exciting. I think it's why you asked. I'm like, well, I just really have been enjoying the garden out back. We had I did the carrots have germinated,
Kale's
so
coming in nicely.
new, and yeah, I'm gonna have to put up a poll for the bean sprouts. So things are going well, Cam. Thanks. Back to you.
So you were at an IJM event.
We were at. There's a yearly IJM event called the Global Prayer Gathering, where we really do get together for 2 days and get updates from around the planet and pray for everything. And it every year.
It sounds exhausting.
It is both exhausting and completely fulfilling because it's amazing what happens. People like the field office directors from all over the planet get up there in front of 2,000 people and just say, "Hey, can you pray for this, 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 and this?" And some of them are really specific things like, "We're looking for a admin. Can you help us pray for that?" Because they just come like really needing prayer for things. And this group of 2,000 people prays and are led in prayer because I don't know how to. If somebody said like just sit there and pray for an hour, I would lose my mind. So they like lead you in prayer, and it's just incredible what things start to happen, and it really just affirms both the work we get to do and the importance of prayer. So it was a great couple of days, and saw a lot of podcast friends there, like a lot of people, like because they have the calling card, Big Cat. I'm like, hey, there's only one group of people that calls me that, so it was awesome. So I met a lot of folks, and it was a really sweet time. It was amazing.
That's great, man. Well, we missed you.
Thanks.
The show was terrible last week. Don't listen to it.
I disagree. I'm sure it was lovely. I have not listened to it yet, but I probably will.
But will you just sleep tonight?
It was awesome. So Garden, Global Prayer Gathering, That was about it.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
I got a good deal on detergent
Yeah.
at CVS.
Lovely, yeah.
CVS points finally paid off, in case you guys were wondering. Got this-
Had a couple Amazon.
Turned out I bought the wrong kind and it's not returnable.
Yeah.
But it gives me hope
Yeah.
that this whole card thing isn't just a scam. There are coupons. So yeah, I mean, it was eventful. I learned a lot of lessons. Now, my dishwasher is not compatible with the powder. I should have got the gel, but you're living to learn. So yeah, I mean, that was 2 days worth of figuring that out. I mean, when I got home till coming in today,
Right.
dish detergent thing.
Yeah. The whole thing was a mess because do you get the little packets? Do you get the it's hard to know. We spent a
I'll
couple
tell
days
you
on it.
this. I'll tell you this. I bought some of the laundry balls for the washer just because they look cool. They look like little candies, and I bought them.
I'll be darned if they don't taste like candy though.
Oh my gosh.
They look like a fun gusher, don't they?
Right.
Had to get them.
Well, actually, that's a good segue to our weekly look back at what happened in culture and entertainment. It's time for.
In case you missed it.
Did you see that this week Bono and Eugene Peterson released a film about the
yeah.
Psalms?
Oh yeah.
It's gotten my entire Facebook feed is dedicated to this pretty much because that's all people are posting. The short film is from Fuller Theological Seminary's Fuller Studios, and it's called The Psalms. The film opens with a clip from 2002 in which Bono sent a video message to Eugene Peterson thanking him for his the message. Eugene Peterson did the paraphrase of the Bible called The Message. The film takes place at Peterson's remote cabin in Montana, where the two discuss the power of art, music, and the Psalms. You can actually watch the film right now over on relevant.tv. But wanted to play a little clip here on the show. This is it's fascinating. This is part of Bono and Eugene Peterson with the Psalms.
I was 12 years old when I discovered
Bono
the
sounds
Psalms.
different.
I picked up the Bible and I started reading. And somebody had told me that the Psalms were important, so I started with the Psalms. And I was totally confused. Because I grew up in a culture where every word in the Bible was the Word of God, literally. Don't mess around with it. It's just, that's the way it is. And I was starting to read that he keeps my tears in this bottle, shields, javelins, rock. God is our rock. Come on. And after about 2 or 3 weeks of this, I just was just confused, and I thought, I'm missing something. And I'd never heard the word metaphor before, but I learned what a metaphor was, not by knowing the name, but by just observing what's going on in the Psalms. So I think the Psalms are important because they, for some people like me at 12 years old, they showed me that imagination was a way to get inside the truth.
I remember the Psalms from the little Church of Ireland church. So I'm as a child going. I remember thinking, great words, shame about the tunes. Except for The Lord is My Shepherd, which was a great tune. And I really liked that. This is good. Words and melodies. They have this rawness, the brutal honesty of whether it's David or not, it doesn't matter. The psalmist is brutally honest about the explosive joy that he's feeling and the deep sorrow or confusion. And it's that sets the Psalms apart for me. And I often think, gosh, well, why isn't church music more like that? The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me down to lie in pastures green. He leadeth me the quiet waters by.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So, if you want to watch it, relevant.tv. It's called The Psalms. and
Eugene
it's-
Peterson. He's like 83 or 80. I mean,
he's got to be more than that.
He's like a very old guy. And
Tiny,
he
precious
is,
little man.
he is just one of the great.
Have you met him, Joy?
I haven't met him, but I've seen him interviewed a few times, and I just like want to set him on my lap. He's real tiny and cute and precious. Actually, one of the best openings to an
I
interview.
don't think we're allowed to say that. He's not like
What?
He's not like a gremlin.
He's not you're not a ventriloquist.
It's like an Ewok.
Oh, I have such an affection for little old men.
This is the man that wrote the message.
I mean, this guy.
This guy wrote Along Obedience in the Same Direction.
I'll be honest, that seems like a weird compliment.
Yeah. He literally has changed a generation of Christian thinking. He doesn't need to sit on your lap and just be coddled by you. Next slice.
You obviously have heard me talk about little old men before. But no, truly, you can cut that all out. But one of my favorites.
Oh, no. I never make an editorial choice, but I did just then. That all stays.
No, my pastor interviewed him once, and he has a good sense of humor. And my pastor just said, "Hey, I'm going to do something in the beginning of this, and I just want you to go with it." And so my pastor went into Chris Farley mode, and he just goes, "So remember that time you wrote the Bible?"
That was pretty cool.
And he just goes, yeah, I do.
Yeah. That's awesome.
In case you missed it, last week Prince passed away. Did you?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the item. But after that, I mean, obviously, a lot of celebrities have been sharing their Prince recollections and the impact that he had on culture. What?
I've been bummed by the post-Prince media. I get that there's stories to report, but I always liked about Prince that we knew almost nothing about him.
Yeah.
He lived in this
He's very
weird place
mysterious.
in Minnesota and not much. And then,
But it's right on a main road. Like you drive right by it. It's this fabulous 1980s. There's these like triangles everywhere,
but now we're finding out everything about him.
No, but I disagree, Eddie. I feel like everything that has come out since his death has only perpetuated his isolation and weirdness. And like, I haven't heard one story since he died that made me think he was any more normal. If anything, every story that I've read online since his death, whether, concerning or just weird and interesting and funny, because he seemed to have a degree of self-awareness about him, only perpetuated his mythical quality. I haven't read anything that makes him seem more like a normal human.
My favorite one that's made the rounds again, it was my favorite back then, and it's my favorite again, is Charlie Murphy's Chappelle Show segment about playing basketball.
Me too.
So amazing.
One of the best stories ever about Prince.
amazing.
Shirts versus blouses.
Yeah, that's right.
But following Prince's death, a story that filmmaker Kevin Smith said back in 2002 kind of made the rounds again. He was telling students at Kent State University that he was contacted by Prince to make a documentary for him. And at the time, Smith wasn't aware that Prince had become a devout Jehovah's Witness. So here's the story that Kevin Smith has been telling about Prince.
I said, look, I just want to tell you I'm a huge fan. And he goes, likewise. I said, really? He goes, oh yeah, particularly Dogma. And he's like, would you like to do something together? And I said, yeah, what do you want to do? Because I'm thinking like he wants to do a musical. But it's not the musical that he wants to do necessarily. He starts talking about Dogma. And he's just like, I really enjoyed Dogma. I thought it was incredible. I thought the message was great. And went on at great length about it. And I'm sitting there listening to him talk about it, and it's starting not to sound like the movie I made. Like a little bit, like he's got like the character names down and shit. But then there's things that he's talking about that I'm like, well, I didn't say that in the movie, did I? Like, hold on, I'm going to rewind the movie. And he starts talking more and more about spirituality, religion, faith, and it becomes very apparent over the course of a half hour that Prince is way into Jesus, like really into Jesus. And if you've listened to his music, he's always had one foot in the corporal, one foot in the spiritual. He sings about Darlin' Nikki, but he also sings about God. But it felt like the pendulum swung far away from Nookie, right into the Son of God. And because I'm thinking I could talk smack to this dude, but he doesn't want to hear from language. Like at one point he says to me, I'll put you an example, he says. Because he's sitting there ministering to me at a certain point. I'm like, oh, this dude's preaching. But I'm not going to say anything because it's Prince. So he's like, I'll give you an example. He's going, you make movies with cursing in them. I said, yeah. And he said, can you make a movie without cursing in it? I said, yeah, I guess, but why bother? And he said, do you understand that cursing offends some people, vulgarity offends people? I said, yeah. And he goes, do you mean to offend people? I said, no. And he's like, but you still do it anyway. And I said, yeah. He's going, okay, we're going to put you over here. And I was like, where? And I can't see him, but I think he went like this. And I really want to know what over here is, but he doesn't explain it. And he gets very cryptic like that. He talks about like, he's like, Kevin, if a big snake gives birth to a little snake, what is that little snake going to grow up to be? And I was like, a big snake? He's like, right, and that snake gives birth to a little snake. What's that snake going to grow up to be? And I said, big snake. He said, exactly, you got to know who your father is. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. So I'm like, I hear you.
I hear you.
That's how you end the conversation with Prince. I hear you, man. I hear you.
That is the classic ending of a conversation. Like when somebody's talking to you and they're like, no, right. They don't know what you just said.
I watched the full. It's like over a half hour that this story takes all these weird twists and turns, and you can go find it on YouTube if you look for Kevin Smith talking about Prince. But it ends with him making this weird religious documentary for Prince that he is told at the end that will be locked in a vault that neither Kevin Smith nor anyone else will ever see, and there are at least 50 fully produced Prince music videos for songs that have never been released that are also locked in this vault.
That's the coolest thing, is that there is apparently a vault in Prince's house full of thousands and thousands of fully finished tracks.
Including a Kevin Smith documentary about Jesus.
Yeah.
And there's no will, we now know.
Right.
So,
Oh, really?
I mean, it's kind of like, hey, I think you can just kind of wander around and grab stuff.
Yeah, it's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
Head on up to Minneapolis. Grab yourself
I can tell you where the house is. It's right there on the main road.
Yeah, it's a
it's
big
white.
deal.
You can see it.
Do you know that apparently every time he went in the house, he was in the house, there's like a pyramid on top of the house that turned purple when he was there? When he wasn't there, it wasn't purple?
Yeah, no, actually, I did know that because I was driving down that main road and somebody goes, Prince is home. And because you can glance over and see if he was home or not.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like known. It's like
I got to get one of those on my house.
And he's just, and it's like he just lives in like a normal suburban part of Minneapolis. It's not like, Bel Air or anything like that.
It was an island in the middle of a beautiful
it's just
lake.
like a neighborhood. Like he would be down at the
close
Kroger.
enough that his neighbors would bring cookies over, kind of thing.
Just a normal neighborhood. It's just
he apparently rode his bike to Walgreens pretty frequently.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Well, yeah. I mean,
why would any of that happen?
There was
He's got to use his points.
That's right.
Well, Kevin Smith said that when he first met him in person after these weird, because he goes into details about how he's, this thing of his assistants would call him every 5 minutes and be like, Prince is calling in 15 minutes. And then you get Prince is calling you in 12 minutes. Like Prince has these assistants doing weird stuff. But he said the first time he met Prince, it was in a casual setting, but he's decked out and in the heels. And he asked Prince if he owned sneakers, and evidently he would everyone in the room turned to him and it's you never asked Prince about his sneakers. That is a no. Never mention sneakers to Prince.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that.
Yeah, I mean,
we would have
it
known
seems
that.
like Kevin Smith would have known that had he made the since he made the trip out there.
Wait, Jesse, did you say that the stuff in the vault can never be released? Like he stated that, or there's just
well, it's never been released up to this point, and no one knows what purpose it serves.
It's kind of like the Disney vault.
Right.
Kevin Smith, he joked that he thinks that the reason that it's all locked away is in the vault is that if the world ends and everything, the vault is one of the only things that remains, that at least the survivors will have entertainment in the form of Prince videos.
Man, that's going to be crazy.
In case you missed it, this week on Instagram, a new kind of Christian parody account emerged called Barbie Savior.
Oh, I love it.
It kind kind of came up like the Sociality Barbie account back in the day, but this one is specifically about kind of social justice and missions. So it documents the travels of a Barbie doll doing missions work, of course, with biting satire. It launched 7 weeks ago. It's attracted more than 70,000 followers. I'm sure that number is higher by the time you hear this.
Yeah.
And this week, CNN, The Guardian, Mashable, HuffPo, and other outlets all covered it. The bio reads, in part, not qualified, called 20 years young. It's not about me, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
There's pictures of the Barbie drinking coffee.
Wow.
You know, like there's one of her donating a peep in an African village, and it reads, "As millions celebrate Easter all around the world today, it dawned on me that there are children in this world who have never seen, much less tasted, the sweet, delicious delicacy of a peep. The very thought made me tear up. My heart was broken. I knew I had to do something. This year, I've decided to design a Donate Your Peeps campaign. Peep for peep, hashtag where my peeps at." And then it keeps it going. Instagram / Barbie Savior.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
it's
love good satire.
I love that there's always, because this is my favorite thing when people do this on Instagram, like when they give the caveats of like, I don't usually post selfies, or I don't, and they have one where she's like, a sweet friend caught this candid of me, and I realized that no matter how much of a mess I look, my true beauty lies within. And it's like totally glammed
Just
up.
beautiful. Yeah. and I like that she said sweet friend. That's like such a thing to say. A sweet friend. Sweet. Oh, I love good satire. I thought it was great. I'm sure people...
It definitely is biting, because I feel like there are a lot of well-meaning but possibly misguided people that do good work ultimately. But I don't feel like it's like harmful or mean-spirited, but it certainly has teeth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll bring an awareness to what people are actually doing, whether it's unintentional or not.
Of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse, what happened on the site this week?
Well, as you guys know, we run a lot of different kinds of content on the website, and a lot of times here on the podcast, we like to highlight some of the God or life stuff. But I want to do a story that I encourage people to check out that will really keep you informed about a current issue that's sort of flown under the radar of the mainstream news, but has huge social justice implication. It's called France's Radical New Prostitution Law is a Big Deal. And it basically looks how France is the latest nation of several, particularly in Europe, that have gone to what they call a Nordic model of enforcing prostitution laws. And basically what it does is it is a challenge to lawmakers to really crack down on people that are purchasing sex and the services of sex workers, as well as people that run brothels, instead of just criminalizing the women. Instead, it looks to give them a way out of a lifestyle of prostitution, and it looks at some of the human trafficking implications and how a lot of these women are trapped in it. But it's a whole new mindset for law enforcement to not go after the women, but to go after the people that are paying for sex. It's a super interesting story, and it looks at why this new model of enforcing these laws could really impact the lives of women around the world.
I love it because inherent, and you mentioned it, inherent in that change in thinking is the idea that this is not always the choice of the woman. Like, so
exactly.
This is not, it's not like she's like, oh, I need to make money, so this is what I'll do. Sometimes there's extenuating circumstance, and she is in a terrible situation. And so to think of this differently, I think is really honoring for them.
Yeah, and to your point, Eddie, because a lot of times if the woman faces the legal penalties, it's only going to make those problems in her life worse. It's only going to limit employment opportunities and things like that down the road. And so this new model is really a women-focused initiative. And one of the things that's interesting about the story is our writer actually looked at some of the biblical implications and Jesus' own teaching on prostitution and how he dealt with a prostitute that was, caught in the act. So it's an interesting story.
Jesse, what are some of the ways out? You said that they're giving women ways out instead of prosecuting them.
Yeah, so they're looking at like rehabilitation initiatives, training, different ways that they can provide exit services to ensure their safety and things like that.
And if you want to find out more, you can read the article at relevantmagazine.com, Joy.
Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you. I will do that.
All right, that'll do it for
In case you missed it.
It's time for entertainment releases. Music coming out next Friday, May 6th. Lauren Daigle is coming out with How Can It Be? It's not Lauren Dangle, it's Daigle. We played her on the show here. She's been in the magazine. We're big fans.
Yeah.
And then I'd just like to say we got excited about her. Next thing we know, she's winning all the awards for best new Christian artist and stuff. So
Not saying.
Kingmaker. That's all we're saying.
That's all we're saying. That we all we're saying.
We're saying you're welcome, Lauren.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, we caused this.
You're welcome for you making awesome music and us acknowledging it.
Us humbly acknowledging.
How can it be relevant?
White Lung is coming out with Paradise. They're non-smokers. They're white lungs.
Just your ability to render these jokes in real time is astonishing.
It is. It is impressive.
I mean,
listen,
there's just like you've got a real.
No, their album's Paradise because it's full of non-smokers. Everybody there's got white lungs. It's just
clean air.
Clean air.
Clean mountain air.
Yeah,
Paradise.
Clean mountain air.
Little Scream is coming out with a cult following. Little Scream. That's what Joy did when she fell down her 7-inch stair.
It was a very hard step.
Right. You fell down the height of a tall guy. Like if you were a tall guy, that would be just a normal falling down.
All right, all of you, if it's not that big a deal, I want you to hold your computer above your head today and just drop full body weight on the edge of a step.
Why would I do that? You know what I mean?
It's not that big of a deal, Eddie. It's not that painful. It's only 7 inches.
Right.
But we're just questioning if it's as bone shattering as you and your husband thought it could be.
Right. Because I have a feeling you might be the type that's just like you're laying on the sofa and you kind of like shift the wrong way and like the pillow's kind of hurting your lumbar and you just let out a blood curdling scream.
Okay, I will say, I cracked my tailbone previously on a rogue river rafting trip, so I know that I didn't crack my tailbone. I know what that feels like, but this was painful, and I did milk it for all it was worth the day that I fell and watched Gilmore Girls all day.
Oh, Gilmore Girls.
Also coming out, Seratones with Get Gone. There you go. That's your music coming out. Movie releases coming out also Friday, May 6th. Captain America Civil War is coming out.
Ooh.
Is that, we think it's going to be good? I've heard good things, right?
Spider-Man's in it.
But hold on, Spider-Man's in it?
Yeah, so the reason why the latest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as it's known, is significant is because not only does it pit the Avengers team against each other, but it's the first film that Marvel Studios got the rights back from Sony to get Spider-Man. That's why Spider-Man movies have been their own standalone thing, is because Sony has owned a lot of the rights to them. But now Disney and Marvel have reacquired the rights. And so Spider-Man is actually in the new Avengers movie, which is, like I said, pretty notable.
Also coming out, A Bigger Splash. Ralph Fiennes, Dakota Johnson, Tilda Swinton.
What? I've never heard of this.
A Bigger Splash. The vacation of a famous rock star and a filmmaker is disrupted by the unexpected visit of an old friend and his daughter. And also the documentary Pele, Birth of a Legend. It's the story of greatest footballer who ever lived and is told by Michael and Jeff Zimbalist, veterans of ESPN's 30 for 30 serial. So this debuted at Tribeca last week. And 2 of Pele's kids go to my church.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm friends with them.
Really?
That's
I grew
random.
up with
Isn't he
Pele folks
Brazilian?
in our house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're Brazilian. I mean,
do they live? How do they live here?
Their mom and they live in Orlando.
Oh, that's odd.
I bet Pele's going to light the...
but they had grown up in Brazil and everything. They live here in Orlando.
I bet he's going to light the torch at the Olympics.
That's awesome.
Oh, sure.
Because he's like, who is more famous from Brazil?
Yeah.
Right? Who do we know from Brazil that's a famous athlete?
Yeah, you're right.
No, that's it.
Yeah, I can't
Hey,
think
you
of
guys.
I feel like we're going to get some embarrassing feedback. They're like, this person. You're like,
Every week it's like ignorance about a different country. Last week it was
We need a
Canada.
jingle for that too.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Your country.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys want to know what my alarm was this morning?
Yeah, I do. I was about to ask. Yeah.
I tell you, I'm excited for the Olympics.
Me too. Olympics are my favorite
I don't want to
thing.
get into the Olympic thing right now because I have very strong opinions about it.
Oh, come
Let's
on.
hear it.
No, we fight about the Olympics every 2 years. Can we just save it for when it gets closer?
Yeah,
Jonesy and
let's do because
we
I
actually-
have a lot of points. I could do a whole anti the Olympics is lame podcast if you want
Channing-
to.
Oh, I know. Let's do a segment in mid-July. Point counterpoint. Eddie
yes.
and Jesse take on the Olympics.
Done.
Yeah.
We'll get Jeremiah to do a jingle. Sorry, I don't think. I didn't seem like you know how to do it.
Tell me that's how to do jingles.
Yeah, but
I
I
just
mean,
haven't
like,
done 'em
Hold on.
but like we want this like.
Hold on. To my brother's credit,
Yeah.
he has a jingle in the can for a segment for next week's show.
That's right.
Here it is.
Joy and Eddie solve your problems. Joy and Eddie solve your problems.
I will say you have taken the directness
Yeah.
back. Like it's just
Yeah.
not a metaphor in it.
So yeah, basically, I just listened to what Jeremiah was doing, and
You did do a very good
I
job.
did it better.
No,
That's
you did a
gonna be in
very
the
good job.
clubs.
I'll let you do the point counterpoint Olympic segment thing. Maybe we'll have a jingle off. Get what's his name, the bald one, and then also Jeremiah, and then have a contest. See who wins the best jingle.
Point counterpoint.
I'm down.
Jingles.
I never.
Yeah. Dude, point counterpoint. That's we our new tent pole segment,
Chad
Jesse.
Did he do jingles?
Yeah, he did.
I never heard
They
any.
started-
And
they
like I
s-
said, my goal is to get a couple disgraced Olympic athletes on my side.
So jingles have been around since the Flynn Atkins
I
era in
remember
like
Flynn doing them.
2006, probably.
did he do
This
the,
is the very first one.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a Flynn. That's
Yeah,
a Flynn
I remember
classic.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I happen to have a soundboard in front of me, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't. Because I was like, you seem awfully prepared for a segment we just thought of.
And then
Just talking about old jingles.
And then Jeremiah took it up to a level with things like
Oh, that's a great one. I mean, that is just a good song. The best band.
Yeah, that stays in my head all day.
He cranks it to 11 with the auto tune. That's for
It
sure.
was. He certainly does.
That's actually what was playing in my head when I was running down the stairs.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that'll do it for your entertainment releases in case you missed it, and Eddie's recap about his gardening and CVS adventures.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Up next, Slices.
He told him how no, those goals are house flow to reach. While most to preach, cow broke the least like liquor. Lightning would have done it much quicker if he let him clear the clouds up or clogged up the clicker. Switch her up a style, what you wishing out for, what you thinking, child, if you knocking on the outdoor at this time of night. White weather, Halloween, high your flight. You can't buy the light in the darkness. Use that to spark this, move it to the right, then the side that you pass push. Lost push, then you got yourself a brownie. Next place you see me, last place you found me. Well, I'll be fancy seeing you, yeah, we could do beers in a movie and chairs with no one bar. She got legs for days though, opening them up, taking off the halo.
You're listening to Koi Child. The song is Touch 'Em. I wouldn't
Koi
touch
child?
Koi Child.
Does that mean like shy or a fish?
No, I like the fish koi. Like the baby snake comes from the big snake. What the koi child comes from the,
Where's
the
that
big
come from?
kois.
Big koi.
The big kois.
We all come from somewhere.
You got to know your dad.
Yeah.
You know your, yeah.
Know who your father is.
Touch 'Em is the song. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard
Touch 'em?
Touch 'Em.
Yeah.
All right.
At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Fits in the Tantrums with
Oh.
Hand Clap. I like Fits in the Tantrums. One of my favorite unexpected musical experiences was a Sunday afternoon a couple years ago. I'm on a bike ride with Cohen. We go down to the record shop in our neighborhood, and there's some people milling around out front. There's like loud music being played inside, and we go inside, and Fits in the Tantrums was doing kind of a spontaneous show
Cool.
in the record shop.
That's very
and
cool.
Cohen was like 2 or 3. And just enamored and loved it. We
Yeah.
bought their album,
Oh,
and they
cool.
autographed it for
Oh,
for
that's
Cohen.
cool.
So we have it framed in his room
That's
and
awesome.
stuff. He loves Fits in the Tantrums. It's
how
really
about
cool.
that?
There you go. All right, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right. Well, I may make this one a twofer. I'll keep it relatively quick, but both of these are too interesting not to mention, and they're related. So, how many of you guys have ever really wanted to see Noah's Ark, like the real Noah's Ark, like what it would have looked like? We've all been curious, I'm sure.
Yes.
I went to the
yeah.
Creation Museum. They have a cutout. I know what it
Yeah,
looks
I
like.
get
They have a cutout, and they're even building one on land,
Yeah.
which is cool, which you can tour. But you know what's not as cool? One that is actually just floated in from the Netherlands.
Boom.
There is a Dutch carpenter named Johan Hubers,
It's
which kind
I
of sounds
think
like
it's
Hubris.
Johan.
I think it's
Johan.
I don't think that's the name.
Johan, but it's pronounced Noah.
Well, I think it might be. Well, they call it Jonah's Ark, so maybe it's Johan's Ark. I don't know. That's his nickname. Whatever. He's a Dutch carpenter who thought it'd be really cool to build an exact replica of Noah's Ark that wasn't just, like I said, like a museum. Which what they're doing in Kentucky, I guess that's cool. You know, I guess you can get the perspective, but you're not going to really get it until you realize that you see it coming over the horizon to the pier. right? This is a gigantic ark. It's to the dimensions that he's interpreted that the Bible talks about, which is 95 feet wide, 410 feet long,
Whoa.
75 feet tall. 75
Wow.
feet tall for a boat. Made of wood. Okay.
I've been on a cruise before.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by a 75-foot tall boat.
Was it wood?
Yeah, but it wasn't made out of wood.
Yeah.
There was wood finishes in it.
Who
There's
built
a
the
deck.
ark?
There's a sun deck.
There was a deck.
Yeah.
The other thing, it will hold more than 5,000 people at one time. I don't know why that's funny to me. It just sounds like a bad idea because I looked at the pictures of this. I examined it from every angle. Maybe we can put a picture up at the podcast episode page. But just picture like what you had. Everyone knows what Noah's Ark looks like.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with ourselves here. It does not look that seaworthy.
Yeah.
Like it's the front isn't even pointy. It's like it looks like a gigantic like hot dog.
Yeah.
Almost.
I saw Bruce Almighty. I saw the Rock Monsters.
Yeah.
It's just a big rectangle.
Yeah,
say
exactly.
how
With
many animals
slightly
it
rounded
holds?
edges. Yeah.
Yeah.
Made of wood. I can't emphasize that enough. It's made of
Who
wood.
pays for that? I mean, what in the world?
Well, he's taken a lot of donations, and evidently he's raised a lot of money because
Crippling debt.
Yeah, his plan is to bring it from the Netherlands. He's going to bring it to Brazil next year.
Oh.
And then he's going to bring it up to the United States, up the East Coast, and give tours of this. And inside are like displays about the Old Testament and stuff.
I have made a boat for you. Here is my boat. I have 2 monkeys. I have all of it. Here is my boat.
Your father.
Yeah. Pele, join my boat. Join my boat, Pele.
Eddie, I watched a clip of this gentleman, Johan or Jonah or whatever his name is.
Am I pretty close?
This Dutch gentleman speaking about the Ark. And your accent is not that far off. Speaking of someone who went for something absurd in the ocean, an ultra marathoner recently tried to inspire humanity. His name was Reza Buccelli. Okay, he is an ultra marathon runner, and he claims to have run the border of the United States. He's made all these claims. So considering he's able to do that, it shouldn't be that surprising that he claimed to want to be able to run from the Florida coast
Right.
to Bermuda.
Wait, what?
Which over the surface of the ocean on what he calls a hydropod. It's basically a giant inflatable hamster wheel.
Oh yeah.
His plan was to run in this floatable hamster wheel. It has like it's sort of like a donut kind of thing that he's running in the middle of. That he's going to run from Florida to Bermuda to inspire humanity. And he, don't worry, how's he going to eat and drink? He's got it all figured out. He's going to catch rain and eat fish. It's only going to take him 5 months.
Wow.
So he attempted this one time before. When he was spotted by boaters off the coast of Miami, randomly flagging people down and asking for directions to Bermuda.
Oh my goodness. No
I don't think navigational items were part of his plans. This time, so that was 2 years ago, the Coast Guard has said, listen, to pluck you out of the ocean last time, to bring a helicopter out there and get you in your hydropod, cost taxpayers $140,000.
Wow.
Do not try this again. If you are going to try it again, go to international waters and make sure there is a boat that trails you the whole way. Well, he snuck off the other day. He was tweeting that he was going to do it again.
Right.
So he takes to Twitter and he says, listen, my goal is to inspire humanity. I can't let safety pull me. And he claimed, don't worry, I'm going to have the boat. I'm going to have the boat. Don't worry, Coast Guard. Wink, wink. I got your details taken care of. He didn't want to give a date to his fans that they could come watch his glorious exit from the beach, though, because he didn't want to be, he wanted to be outside the detection of authorities. Though I would have loved to have been on the beach that day and see him just running down the beach with a hydropod and just taking off into the water. Authorities were alerted, and within about 5 hours, they had to pluck him once again.
Plus, you got to feel like they were alerted 10 minutes, and they're like, all right, let's finish our
Let them
rounds.
tire them out. It's like your kid with the tantrum. Just let them tire themselves out.
We're going to get a pizza. He's only going about a foot every half hour. And so they're just sitting there eating an ice cream cone on the dock, watching him make it 20 feet out. And they're like, all right, go get him.
And my favorite part is how how pissed the Coast Guard
that is my favorite part
the
too.
Coast Guard was. Like, not only did they have to go rescue him, they took to Twitter like in the most passive aggressive apparent way possible. So this is what they tweeted, okay? Hashtag breaking news.
Yeah.
You got the break. And again, I don't think they were trying to be passive aggressive. I think they were just really ticked off. Hashtag breaking news. Adventure runner's voyage ends after he violated a Coast Guard order not to embark on his seagoing journey. And that's from like 2000. Oh, this is another one. Breaking news. Buccelli's 2014 attempt placed enormous financial burden on taxpayers for his rescue.
Yeah.
He was recently ordered not to depart. So the breaking news is he tried this 2 years ago, and it really ticked us off then.
Yeah. Don't you feel like the Coast Guard has a little bit of like we own a Ford Taurus. Come on. We're the Coast Guard. We can arrest you. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, no, that was my question. Like, what kind of authority does the Coast Guard, like, that no one can arrest him?
Right. Like they can. They're the Coast Guard, but I feel like
think
they're a little just mad about it. Like,
yeah, I don't know if there's a specific law that said, I don't know if there's a law in the books that says if I want to run on a hydropod to Bermuda,
yeah.
like if I can't do it, like can the Coast Guard under like constitutionally, can they tell me not to? Or is it my American right to give it my only try, even though they have told me it's going to get 120 degrees in the pod, and there's no way to catch fish out there on that thing.
Yeah.
Jesse, I think you have your next Outlaw Hero segment.
You read my mind.
Jesse, gotta get that guy.
I'm going to assist this. And I don't know if a lot of people know this. I live in Virginia Beach. I live right off the coast. So if he wants to try this again,
you got a spot for him.
I got a spot for him. No one's going to detect him. I can drive him out to a remote place and just set him off, and we'll see.
Training in the pool.
I'll tell this. I ain't reporting him. I ain't no snitch. Call me. I'll keep my phone on in 5 months when you get to Bermuda. I'll look for your call.
Oh, man. All right. Well, people have been asking where the Outlaw Hero segment went. And we were just, here's the thing. It's about quality over quantity. We're not going to dilute it for a frequency situation. We're going to wait until the moment hits us.
No.
Moments come.
Yeah, the segment finds us.
Yeah.
And it's sure as heck not making its way to international waters.
This was like a bat signal. Yeah. Like, and you know what brought me? It was the Noah's Ark story that drew me in.
I knew we'd get him started.
That was just a smokescreen. Speaking of which, Chandler, do we have the clip?
Yeah.
And tell me how close Eddie got to this accent.
Today, the Ark, 125 meter long, 29 meter wide, 7 stories high, and the weight 3,000 tons. Unbelievable. And it has been one in a lifetime. Experience for more than 1 million people already. The vision now is to bring the Ark to Brazil this summer to allow hundreds of thousands to experience the whole.
Let me say this real quick. I think I'm seeing a partnership opportunity for Reza.
Yeah.
Like, the Coast Guard has said, look, here's the deal. If you want to try this again, you got to have a boat trail you. In case things go wrong. This dude is already going to attract this Dutch guy is already going to attract a lot of people to the Ark. You know what would really get me? Because I'd be kind of on the fence and be like, yeah, I kind of want to see that Ark floating in. You know, it'd definitely get me on the fence if there's a guy in a hydropod sprinting out in front of it.
Hey, yeah, maybe that's the boat that he attaches himself to.
Maybe they're bringing the torch in.
It's like the dove.
Yeah.
He is the dove out in front.
He is
Reza
the
in the hydropod. Find dry land for it, Reza. This Ark is super, super slow. It's made of wood.
Yeah.
It's made of wood. A lot of boats over the years have been made of wood, FYI. Just, you know.
But I feel like this
really
boat
big
is
one, though.
going on like, very old technology, and having a guy sprint in a super high-tech hydropod may be just as fast.
You're calling God's plans old technology. Same yesterday, today, and forever.
I think when God designed it, I think the plan was just to keep it afloat for 40 days and 40 nights. I don't think he was setting it off to Brazil.
I don't think it was like supposed to be like a huge passenger vessel. I mean, I think God was thinking like, all right, how do we fit 2 elephants in this?
Well, there's a lot of passengers.
And of course,
all the passengers.
My point is the original design was a gigantic life vessel. It wasn't to go on a voyage.
That's true. Just like supposed to float up and then float down. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I don't know how it propels itself.
Yeah.
Maybe there's 100 raisins running over there.
Probably there's a guy in a hamster wheel pulling it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let me say, I'll say this to Cameron. It takes a while for it to get going, but once it's moving, it's
Inertia. I learned about inertia in science class.
Nice
Once it's going to the bottom of the ocean, it's almost just incredibly fast.
Go get help. The ark is sinking.
I saw Titanic.
Yeah.
It creates that sucking thing.
Everybody grab the olive branch. He's talking about the hydropod. And he named it the olive branch. Everybody grab it. 55,000 people cannot die. Where is Pele? Grab Pele.
All right. What do you have, Eddie?
When I'm gone for a week, I feel as though it is my duty to kind of bring back a gift. And I brought back today a gift for Jesse. Hershey's marketing VP said, quote, "We aren't going out there saying it's a meat bar. We're saying it's a crave." That's right. Hershey's Chocolate is now making chocolate bars with meat in them.
Wow. Isn't that called jerky?
Well, they recently bought a beef jerky company. And they thought it was going to live under the family of Hershey's products. But now they're integrating the two. So you'll be able to buy a Hershey's chocolate bar, but it also has bits of bacon and meat in it. It sounds totally disgusting, but I thought Jesse would be super excited about that.
For a point counterpoint that's anti-vegetable, I think I just have a leg up now.
Oh, no, I think it's...
I've never heard of a vegetable chocolate bar.
No, I think it's a terrible thing. And they say it's going to be all natural, has no preservatives, and features additional ingredients like...
Wait, isn't jerky all preservatives?
Isn't it just like all salty meat?
Yeah, that's preservative.
Well, somehow they've reinvented beef jerky, and now there's no preservatives. But they're saying that these bars are going to have like grains and fruit and things and meat in them.
That's trail mix.
Yeah,
trail mix plus meat.
Yeah.
So it's savory and sweet.
It's savory and sweet, so I could get it.
I like that.
But it is meat still on a chocolate bar.
So what you're saying, Eddie, is there's a trend of where they're just infusing meat into various things.
Yes. Oh, I was in Nashville a couple of weeks ago, and everything there is like a bacon teeny and stuff like that. You're like, all right, let's just put bacon in everything. Right? It's the same in Portland. Just saying, there's meat in everything. That's mostly the slice. I'm just watching it all dissolve in front of me.
And this week's vegan beat.
All that's left is flecks of meat.
So I wanted to just bring that to everyone's attention. Of course, we're going to have to do a sampling here when the bars come out. But for all of you, I feel like I owe it to carnivores on the show. I talk enough about gardening and quinoa and, quinona also, zucchini.
Can I just say, too, for this guy in the hydropod, he's going to need to
it's true. It's true.
I mean,
it's a
blood
great source
sugar's
of
going to
protein.
get low, but he's also going to need some. Yeah, he's also need some animal protein, and I think sea turtle meat and whatever he's catching out there is going to get old fast.
Meat.
Bring a pack full of these things. I think we're all on the same page with this, Eddie. I think you need to bone up on the release date of this because I'm going to need to inform him when I do.
You need to float a crate out to him.
We just fill the ark with them and just throw them over. Got some meat bars coming over.
Beef jerky chocolate bars.
All right,
that was my slice.
What do you have, Joy?
Okay, on that, my question to start I actually have 2 slices today. I'll be quick. But so what is the best restaurant you guys have been to?
11 Madison Park in New York. It's the 4th best restaurant in the world, best in the U.S.
I get pretty hyped for Lobster Fest every year. We're at the Red Lobster. It's a good deal. Right after Toyota time, go up there and go up.
I'm blanking on the name of it, but there's a Tom Douglas restaurant in Seattle. He's like a big-time chef there. It was amazing.
All right. Well, did you guys follow the marathon at all?
No, it's too long.
Okay, well,
no, I don't watch boring running like the Olympics. Go ahead.
Anyways, near there, in Harvard, Massachusetts, a small little town, 6,000 residents, they do their annual Ducky Wucky River Race. And it sounds like they're connected to McBoatface. Basically, what they do is through the Rotary Club, they dump thousands of little rubber duckies into this river, and everyone has purchased a number, which is on the bottom of the rubber duckies. And then whichever rubber ducky crosses the finish line first, that person and another person get an all-expense paid trip anywhere in the world to go out to dinner.
Huh. I wonder where I'd go.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere.
Well, you got to go to Paris. You got to go to Paris.
I think I'd go to Japan. Get the best sushi on the planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good.
People have done Paris, Tokyo, Dublin, Australia, Indonesia, South Africa.
Dublin?
But what
do you want, potatoes?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Dublin does seem weird to me. I feel like they used it more if they wanted to go on the trip. They didn't care about the food. They're like,
Yeah, just something with
bangers and
vinegar
mash.
on it. I don't care.
Yeah, just give me some
Yeah.
ketchup-y fries and a hamburger. I don't care where we go.
But here's the amendment that they had to make. They now will not pay for any alcohol at that dinner because apparently one winner one year got a little out of hand. So
I'm gonna bill that endangered goose that I ate along with her eggs to the contest winners. But that white wine was that. The house was what, $3? Just ship that my way. I got that.
I'd like a really good sub on the sun deck of that Noah's Ark, and just have them figure out how to get me there. Like, all right,
it's 2 of every kind of meat.
Welcome to the Ark. Yeah, you can have any meat you want there because you can choose. Elephant.
It's like a lobster tank. You just
giraffe.
like that one.
That one.
That one.
I want to eat zebra meat.
Do you want the man or do you want the male or the female? You have 2 choices.
Like, I don't care. Which one moved less? That's the one I want.
Yeah. And they're like, sorry, we can't cook it. You're gonna have to eat it raw though, because this is an all wood boat. We cannot start a fire.
We learned the hard way that firing up the brick oven downstairs is a bad idea.
Bad idea. Yeah.
Okay, so here quickly, my second on theme. So you guys know my last name used to be Eggrich. I love fried eggs. My favorite food cart in Portland is called Fried Egg. I'm in love. And Elizabeth from Twitter sent me this article, and it was just amazing. So this egg farmer in Yorkshire discovered he tried different things to relax his hens. Apparently, if the chickens can relax, they produce more eggs. And he's tried several different things. And then he started playing music. And he played classical music. He played jazz music. He even played Justin Bieber tunes to them. But the one musician that he found that really worked. You know it?
Gotta be Kenny G. No. John Tesh.
Oh, yeah. Oh. No, he gets a little too rompy.
Oh, he does get a little
once Grandma Rock fires up.
Yeah.
Kenny
G? No?
Tour de France CD.
Yo-Yo Ma?
Oh, Yo-Yo Ma.
Nope.
That was good. Oh, Prince? Hold on. I'm looking for a joke here that has something to do with an egg or a hen, an artist. It would be really helpful if somebody could come up with it pretty quickly.
Eggy Azalea?
Oh, Eggy Azalea.
Eggy Azalea.
Oh, really good.
Oh, how about this one?
Right, Yoakum.
Yoakum. Henson.
No.
Okay.
These are really good. I really like these. No,
Cracker.
I think you can.
The 90s band.
I think you
Crack
could-
like an egg.
Okay, I think you can figure out who it is, but on the farm they refer to him lovingly as
Skillet.
Ed
It was
Sheeran.
Skillet. They played
Skillet!
Skillet.
That's the one.
That's it.
Oh, my gosh.
They played the Newsboys song "Breakfast in Hell."
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, Ed Sheeran has shown Ed Sheeran.
Oh, Ed Sheeran. Good one.
Oh yeah, I said it. You guys didn't hear me at all because you were all talking over
Well, we
me
had
about-
jokes to make, Joy.
It was perfect. Joy.
Come on.
I definitely thought you guys all heard me because I was like, you'll know it by what they call him as Egg Sheeran. And then he's like, Skillet! And then
You're like, oh, Jesse's so funny. He's the best. I love it when Jesse talks. Turn his mic up louder in my ears. Turn Joy down. Jesse is the best. He comes up with the best jokes. Skillet.
Oh my goodness.
Egg
Yeah, so-
Sheeran.
Yeah, that's it. So, and I want to give a shout out to Elizabeth from Twitter who gave me that. She also was super helpful because she lives on the ground in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and she helped me this week by going to all the locations for the Wizard of Oz shoes that were stolen and sending me pictures on Twitter. She was like my on the feet recon person. It was amazing. So
Wow.
So we're gonna have the full story like 3 weeks from now, right?
It's a month-long investigation.
let's just say it's developing quite nicely.
Yeah, it's taken a twist none of us expected.
That is true. I would
It
say
really
this.
has,
It
yeah.
really has. All right. Well, this is great. This is good stuff. All right, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Jordan Smith.
Don't you run when you hear the sirens coming. When you hear the sirens coming, you better not run, 'cause
Listening to Jorja Smith. The song is Blue Lights. Incredible song. It's Jorja, I think related to the Ark Builder.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This week's feature interview is brought to you by 1-800-Flowers.com. Guys, Mother's Day is upon us.
No,
and it's the time of year to thank all the moms in your life for everything they do for you. So not just your mom, other moms. Just randomly, thank other mothers.
I don't know about that.
And this
what
year,
would happen if your mom got flowers and she's opening it up? She's like, "Thanks for everything. Love, Eddie." What on earth? What in the? Thanks for being what? I've never even met that guy.
Hey, you can thank the mothers in your life with a bouquet this year of roses from 1-800-Flowers.com. They are doing a special deal for Relevant Podcast listeners. If you go to 1-800-Flowers.com/relevant, you can get an exclusive offer of 24 multicolored roses for just $24. That is just for Relevant Podcast listeners while supplies last. You have to go to 1-800-Flowers.com/relevant. I can't reiterate that enough. And I really did I bought my mom 36 roses last week from 1-800-Flowers.com/relevant.
Yeah, Chandler, how many did you buy?
And the note that I put on the order was "Happy Mother's Day, love, your favorite son." That's how I signed it.
Yeah,
well, it's
and
true.
she then called Channing and thanked him.
This is so thoughtful, Chandler. 36. Really outdone yourself.
And Channing was just like, "Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome, Mom.
I actually love you a lot, Mom.
Doesn't know what she's talking about, but great.
You're the best."
Just gotta run with it, man.
Yeah.
To access this special offer and other fantastic deals just for our listeners, go to 1-800-Flowers.com/relevant. Do it, for real. There's actually some really great deals over there. And by the way, you can select how you want it to be delivered. I got a circular crystal or clear vase for the thing, like a cylinder vase and stuff. It's going to really be beautiful.
Oh, well, that sounds lovely.
And I forgot to put my name on it. Now that I'm telling you about the card, I really did.
I mean, I have a feeling she'll
Sweet.
know immediately. I'm like, who else? I mean, Channing.
Yeah.
What's he going to do? He's going to give her another gift certificate.
This is Chandler or Eddie, or maybe a team effort.
I'm gonna make a card like I've done the last few years
with a little thing inside, like a coupon for a free car wash.
I just
coupon
like
for a free
Photoshop my
hug.
face onto her favorite animals.
Yeah, you're like,
Do you really?
Yeah.
What are her favorite
Yeah, I've done that
animals?
a
Just
few
so I
times.
get
You
the
do
mental
face
pic.
swap with animals?
Yeah, so I photoshopped my face on. She has a few dogs that they're like-
Pomeranians,
Yeah.
the ones with the floppy
No,
ears.
no, it's
No.
They look
Wait,
like
she has
Pomeranians.
3?
They're Papillons.
Papillons.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
She
So I
has-
just photoshopped my face on the Papillons.
How does she like that gift every year?
She loves it. I did. She also has a parrot. I
so
photoshopped my
you should
my
do
face on a
the
parrot.
you
once.
should do it like an
Wait,
active.
we need to back up. Wait, she has 3 of the same dog and
Yes.
a parrot. Is that
Yeah.
all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are their names? I want to know if the sons know the
The
names.
parrot is called Amigo.
Oh.
Then the dogs are Callie, Corey, and I don't remember the third one.
Got to be another.
Something with a C. It's with a C.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
What's
It's
her
alliteration.
love with the letter C?
I don't
Chandler
know.
and
All of her
Cameron.
children.
I don't know.
All of her children.
Yeah.
That is really
So what are you
wild.
going to do to mix up your face on her dogs? Are they going to be like playing tennis or like wear little outfits with your
mean-
face?
How about they're playing poker? No one's ever done that.
A little,
Do
little,
it.
little day in the life. The secret life of her pets.
We could ask the listeners. I could make something that.
Yeah.
that they,
I could see a Noah's Ark one.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
she
full
would.
Noah's Ark full of 5,000 papillons with your face.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work, but it's kind of like a Where's Waldo. You leave one of them. You leave one dog
Go
face in.
redo the latest issue of Charisma with all your face over everybody else's face.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yes.
No
Yeah,
matter the
that's-
content,
that's,
just it's a Charisma magazine starring you.
Yeah. I'm about
Hey, for a Mother's Day special, I'm so fascinated by other women named Joy. Can I interview her?
Would the crux of the conversation be what it's like having the name Joy?
right.
Not the crux, like beginning, middle, end, thesis, all of it, all
Yeah.
about Joy.
Jordan Smith is best known for winning season 9 of the hit reality competition The Voice. Smith grew up singing in church, and he was the show's first singer to hit the #1 spot on the iTunes Store's pop chart. His new album is called Something Beautiful, and it's out now. Our editorial director, Aaron Hambury, recently spoke with him about the experience of being on the show, going from working a college campus job to TV celebrity overnight almost, and the music that's influenced him most. Here is Jordan Smith.
I guess let's start out with The Voice, because I think obviously that's where a lot of people know you from. Can you walk us through that process? I mean, what was that like? Why did you decide to be on the show in the first place?
Yeah, I would love to. I have been a fan of The Voice for a very long time, and I had a lot of people in my life that were saying, oh, you should consider auditioning for The Voice, and oh, you would do such a great job if you ever went on that show. And so I decided to audition just kind of on a whim. Auditions are coming close to me in Nashville in February of 2014. And so I was in college in Tennessee at the time, and a couple of friends and myself just drove through the night and went to the audition. And I sang, and I got a call back. And I thought that was it, because I had always been convinced, as I was watching the show and just thinking about it, that I was meant to be a part of it. And so I got a call back. I went to my call back the next week, and I didn't hear anything back after that. And I was turned down. So I was pretty disappointed, just because, like I said, I thought that was my time, and I thought that, I was meant to be on the show, and that was like my moment. And so I just went back to school, kept working 2 jobs, kept singing in my college choir. And an entire year later, in February of 2015, I got a call from someone who works in the casting department, and they said, hi, Jordan, I work for a show called The Voice, and I saw a video of you singing online, and I wondered if you ever considered auditioning for our show.
Wow.
And so I ended up going back, and I sang the same exact song that I sang the first time, and I ended up getting more callbacks, and then I eventually got to sing that in the live playoffs in the first live round of the show on the show later on 2 years later. So it was a pretty full circle moment for me.
So was the show, when you're doing like the back end of the show, was that what you expected? I mean, what was it like interacting, with the judges and the other cast members and all that kind of thing?
I can honestly say that what you see on the show is really what it's like. The coaches are super positive. The whole atmosphere is just so creative and encouraging and positive. And you really do spend time with your coach, working on your songs, working on your stage presence, learning from them. And you have a whole team of people behind the scenes that are helping you feel comfortable on stage. They're helping you work through your song and give you suggestions on how to sing the song better and how to perform better. And so it's just, it's pretty much what you see right there. There's no predetermined list of who turns around for who during the blind auditions or who you're supposed to pick or what team you're supposed to be on. It really is a pretty genuine experience.
So what got you into music in the first place? So, you're back in rural Kentucky, and then I guess you go to college at Lee in Tennessee. So these are all like religious backgrounds. Was it like church choir, that kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. I grew up singing. I started singing at home when I was a kid because my parents were both singers. And we sang together at home and in church and in the car. And I sang in the shower and when I was going to sleep at night. And I sang just all the time growing up as a kid. I loved music and my family loved music. And so I started singing with them, singing in church. And as I grew up, I started leading music in my church. I joined my school choir and band. And it just kind of was an integral part of our family growing up.
From the time that you get that second call, that they want you to audition again, to the time you win The Voice, how long is that?
Well, I got the second call in February, and I went back for some callback auditions, and I did some going back and forth, and I finished out that spring semester of college. And then I went back to LA around May or June, and we started rehearsing and filming and everything for the show. And I was kind of mostly in LA between June and December. There was a total of a couple of months between there that I got to be at home, but it was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, so not a lot of time there at all. So you get out there and you're about to record an album, your first solo album. Tell me about that process. I mean, it seems like you probably in this scenario had a blank slate about what you could do, and obviously you've chosen kind of an eclectic album, a lot of different vibes on there in terms of the musical variety. What went into creating this album?
This whole process of working on this album was so much fun. I had done a little bit of recording before The Voice, and then once I made it onto the show, the studio really became kind of my place I felt like home. We were so busy doing other things during the week and filming and doing so many things that were outside of my comfort zone that when I finally came to time to go into the studio and record the songs for iTunes, I felt comfortable and I felt at home. And this process was very similar. I loved being in the studio. I got to work with some amazing people, Stephen Macchio, Bill Appleberry, David Foster. They're all legends in their own right, and living legends, and working with them was such a rewarding experience. And getting to choose these songs, you were mentioning, how eclectic that it is. I got to handpick songs that I believe in, whether they were originals that I helped work on or that I chose or covers. These are all songs that I think tell a story, and so I got to put them together as a collection of stories, but also as a story, as a whole. And I got to record songs that I really just believed in. And this entire album came about in a very organic way. When we were working on these songs, the arrangements and the things that came out of them were just our initial instincts. What happens when we sit down at a piano and we sing this song? And that's what made it onto the record. There wasn't a lot of, having to sit down and figure out how to make it our own or how to change it. It was just what kind of came naturally to us.
Do you have I don't know if favorite's the right word, but is there a track or two on the album that stand out to you particularly that you were most excited about for whatever reason, for the reason you chose the song or because the recording process was, this or that?
Yeah, there are a couple of songs that stick out to me. And So It Goes is a Billy Joel song. It's my favorite Billy Joel song and one of my favorite songs of all time. And this song in particular, not just because I love it, but it sticks out to me because I actually got to play it for myself on piano as well. And I got to play on one other song as well, but this song, it was just so much fun to record. And even as I was playing it on the piano, I had the lyrics on the piano as I was recording and just reading through as I was playing, and I felt it so much. And I think this song has ended up being so emotional on the recording, not only because I felt it when I was singing it, but because I really felt it and meant it while I was playing it too. And you can feel all of that emotion through the recording.
So I would choose to be with you. That's if this choice were mine to make, but you can make.
The other song, honestly, there's a lot, but the other song that sticks out to me is Over the Rainbow. That one came about, the night before I was set to go into the studio, I had dinner with David Foster and a few other people, and we ended up, of course, as David usually would, we ended up sitting down at a piano and just playing through some songs. And this song was kind of, our go-to, our initial instinct of a song that we would both be doing together. And he sat down and played it, and I sang it. And it was the night before that we decided it had to be on the album. What we experienced then was just so magical. And every time I hear it, I think back to that. It was the first time we'd even met, but yet that music just kind of flowed through us and became something special. So that song also, sticks out to me. And it's a song that I've loved for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it was just really special that it got to make it onto the project.
So tell me, you've got this album. It's been out not quite a month. You're doing press and these kind of things, and I assume you'll be touring with it a little bit. What do you plan to do next?
Yeah, I've been on a promotional tour, like you said, for the album for the last little bit, doing some talk shows and lots of fun stuff like that, lots of interviews. And I'm excited to get this music in front of people. I don't think there's anything quite like experiencing that connection with an audience when you're performing, especially music like what's on this album. I think that it's meant to be experienced in person. And so I'm excited to be able to get this in front of people soon. And we're talking, for plannings of touring and of different performance opportunities that I have. And I love every chance to perform and to get in front of people. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of that with this music.
That was Jordan Smith. Follow him on Twitter at Jordan Smith Live. You're listening to Yak. The song is Harbor the Feeling. So the Yak's on the wooden Ark replica.
That's a yak.
And it's about being in the harbor and the feeling of being in the harbor right before the ship sinks because there's too many yaks on it.
That's yak.
You're supposed to have only 2 of every yak.
Who ordered a dozen
yaks?
We have a dozen yak and a pigeon.
It's gonna be yaks. This is a huge mix-up.
We have yaks and pigeon. This is the worst Ark ever.
And Pomeranians.
This is nothing but a bunch of dogs with Chandler's face and some yaks.
I do not want to go to Brazil now. This makes no sense.
Harbor the Feeling by Yak.
Run, Razor, run. Tell them about the yaks.
Jason Falletta is the director of the Micah Challenge US, an anti-poverty organization dedicated to getting Christians engaged in important issues like injustice and climate change. Stephen Roach is a worship artist at Morningstar Ministries and a member of the band Songs of Water. Our very own Joy Eggerichs recently spoke with him about the new film, For the Love of, the importance of the Paris climate talks and why Christians need to be engaged with the issue of climate change. Here is Jason Falletta and Stephen Roach.
I am here today in person, not over Skype. We are together in a Portland studio, my friend Chase's studio, and I'm speaking with Jason Falletta and Stephen Roach, who I felt like I met you guys last night. You didn't meet me. I was just a creeper in the audience. But you did the premiere, right, of your film, For the Love. So why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about what that film is?
Yeah, so For the Love of is a film that follows a handful of artists. So John Mark McMillan, Stephen Roach, who is sitting here with us, and William Matthews and Sarah McMillan. And we being Micah Challenge, the organization I work with, took them to Paris during the International Climate Summit, which is like this huge meeting, 150 world leaders there to talk about the challenge of climate change. So we took these guys there and basically just set up a bunch of awesome meetings with people. And we were really fortunate that a lot of them came through, like former president of Ireland, Mary Robinson, this amazing activist and believer named Yeb Sanyo. And we just filmed these interviews. And then we would go back to our apartment and talk about it, and we filmed those. And that's what the film is about, is these folks learning about this issue and sort of processing everything they saw and heard in Paris and what that means for us.
Well, so Stephen, my question for you, you're in a band called Songs of Water. Tell me why, as a musician, you felt the need to get involved with this project.
Sure. I think for me, it really ties in to my faith. I've always seen stewardship, you know, of the environment as just a way to worship. As you know, I look at the earth and I see God's art, you know, and so for me, it was a real natural transition. I worked with Anna Jane. She's the Here Now group that also worked on the film, and
which is a side note on her. Fascinating. I started Googling her last night. She's part of that show, a Showtime that people can check out called Years of Living Dangerously. And she's in the Pastor's Daughter segment. So I'm really excited to watch that if people want to learn more. Check it out.
Well, she and I worked together several years ago on a project for mountaintop removal in North Carolina that was happening in Boone and different parts of North Carolina. So we had a history of sort of collaborating together, and she reached out to me on this, and it really resonated with me. So
yeah, and you said something that struck me last night. You said, you know, if I thought this was political, because I think that is where some of the divisiveness comes in and why some people don't want to listen to it. You said, if I thought this was political beforehand, I don't see it that way now.
Sure.
So what happened when you traveled over to Paris and listened to these talks and interviewed people that changed? Is that when it changed your mindset from being political to not?
Yeah, you know, I had a sneaky hunch that the political stuff was a lot of rhetoric that I wanted to get underneath anyway, you know? And so when we went to Paris, it localized it for me. I began to see faces and names, and I began to hear stories and these narratives from people that this wasn't a concept or a theory. This was an impact on their daily life, you know? And so I think for me, that's when it's sort of, it hit the ground for me.
Yeah. So tell me, for someone that's listening and says, you know, I hear climate change, global warming, I hear these things, but I actually do not know what it is and how I personally am contributing to it. Can you guys explain that for someone who may not know?
I think that it is built into our lifestyle. Like we wake up and just live a certain way, and embedded in that lifestyle is a dependence on fossil fuels. The things that we buy, the food that we buy, the way we ourselves get around, it is all transported by a fuel system that is emitting carbon. So that's like a simple way that we have all kind of, you know, there's a conversation in the film that could be challenging for some people because it's this idea that we're all guilty. You know what I mean? But I don't think that has to be a negative thing. It's really just like an owning of like, yeah, I am part of a world. I am just inevitably, as a consumer, a part of like a system that is perpetuating injustice in the world. And there's a lot of freedom in being able to admit that and own that and feel a conviction about it that leads you to want to respond, you know? And I feel like this is one of those issues where we don't even, it's not like we chose to be horrible to the earth. We just grew up and did what we were told to do. We like bought cars and we bought things made really far away. We just did all the things that are normal. It's embedded in our society. And so I think like for me, that's like a hard thing for a lot of people to accept, but I think young people accept it pretty readily because they've already realized that about a number of other things in their lives.
That was Jason Fleta and Stephen Roach. You can watch their new documentary, For the Love Of. It is streaming right now at relevant.tv.
The minute that my left
listening to The Neighborhood. The song is Sweater Weather, which currently right now in Florida, it is no longer. So
inapplicable.
Enjoying life. The Neighborhood is a great segue because they appear in the new issue of Relevant, which is out now. It's shipping this week or next week, our May issue. So joining us to kind of give a behind the scenes of what to expect in this issue is our editorial director, Aaron Hambury.
Hi.
And Jesse is on the line as well. Joy and Eddie stepped aside for a segment, and they will be back later in the show. Well, like I said, the new issue is shipping currently. If you're a subscriber, you've probably got it in your hands in the last couple of days. And if you have a tablet, it's on the iTunes Store, the Google Play Store. It's hitting newsstands right now. It officially releases on the 1st. But we'd like to give you guys a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff. So I'm not going to necessarily just go through the whole issue and kind of tell you everything on every page. What I want to do is just like point out some highlights, some things that the why we put it together the way we did, some of the thought behind it, and then the guys are going to highlight some of their favorite moments as well. The issue, like I said, The Neighborhood is in it. So on the music side of things, there's some great bands that we talked to. The Neighborhoods,
Awesome
even though they have the British spelling of the word neighborhood, and they're blowing up right now. They're from LA.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
They're only black and white.
This is
They're
the
only
weirdest thing.
black and white.
So we don't do black and white photos in the magazine
We
because
don't like it.
I feel like, given our paper, it would look like we were trying to save dollars by not having a full. You know what I mean? It doesn't
You don't wanna be
quite
cheap.
look like a fashion
This is not a
magazine.
newspaper.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So so we work with bands to do photo shoots, and and they would not appear in color.
Mhm.
And then when they appeared on Fallon or Kimmel.
No, they turned down the Tonight Show.
Yeah, the Tonight Show they turned
Because
down
they wouldn't let 'em do black
because
and white?
they would only film themselves in black and white, and then they
And
actually
all their music videos and everything.
everything's black and white. They've never appeared in color anywhere. So
Gimmicks. Wow. Okay.
They turned down the Tonight Show.
guess
That is insane.
So while the Tonight Show, wouldn't cave, we did, and we have black and white photos of the Neighborhood.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
I like to think we're a lot nicer than the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
we're accommodating.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Neighborhood, we talked to them. Awesome LA-based bands blown up. Other music stuff for King Country is in the issue. They are Australian Christian guys who not only have a new album coming out, they have one big fan in Taylor Swift.
They do.
They have
Yeah.
a
She loves
film.
That's a really important fan to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did a cover of a Swift song, and she, freaked out about it. And
She said it was her favorite
Right.
cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have a movie coming out, and so these guys are blowing up right now.
Irreplaceable, unmistakable, incomparable, darling, it's beautiful. I see it all.
Very epic music, like an epic sound.
Yeah. Also, we have Mr. Little Jeans, who we have loved here on the podcast for a long time. We've been playing Mr. Little Jeans for years. She's a Norwegian singer and doing awesome stuff. We talked to her as well. So that's kind of the band stuff. We also, in the drop, we have Wild Nothing and
One of my favorite bands.
Liza Ann, Rivers and Robots, some really cool stuff. We talked to Kim Walker-Smith from Jesus Culture, who's unbelievable. And so a lot of great music, but I'm kind of like flying past the music.
Yeah.
We're known for the intersection of faith and culture, so there's our culture stuff, but there's a lot more in this issue.
It was a great issue.
So it's packed. It really is packed. So if you remember, if you've been listening to the podcast, we had a conversation with Rob Bell a month or two ago, and we also have a feature with Rob in this issue where we talk about that. Kind of the journey and the controversy and what he's up to now, and whether you have negative thoughts of Rob and his teachings or positive thoughts of Rob and his teachings, I would challenge you to read this conversation with Rob. It was really fascinating.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
And we also have John Gray in the issue. John, I mean, I've heard about him for years, but I first saw him speaking at a Jesus Culture conference, and this guy kills it. He is one of the pastors at Lakewood, Joel Osteen's church, but I mean, he is a larger than life figure. This guy, he's probably 6'4", 6'5". He looks like a football player. Sings, like in the middle of his sermons, he'll just bust out with this like huge voice, black gospel, and then like he's one of the funniest humans. I mean, and then also like brings scripture and brings the word. And I mean, you'll see him at Hillsong Conference. You'll see him at this guy. He is in so many different streams of
Kevin
Christianity.
Durant, Steph Curry, if they're on Instagram, there's a good chance John's in one of the photos.
John was in the background of Justin Bieber's Instagram recently.
Yeah.
Like Bieber was just like, man, his only post was John Gray, man, he's the real deal. And like John was like praying with Justin or something. I mean, this guy's everywhere. Yeah.
Well, when Steph Curry, sprained his knee, it was John Gray waiting in the tunnel to pray with him. I mean,
Yeah, the playoffs
literally
just last
everywhere.
week, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
It was John there. Yeah.
that's true. I fell the other day jogging, and John Gray was there.
When Joy's stare injury, I heard John Gray he peeked in the window. I'll get you, Joy.
I was going
Just passing through, I heard a fall, heard a yell.
Heard the screech.
John is
Came running.
everywhere. It's fascinating, and we love telling his story. It was fun trying to like get a photo shoot lined up with him because he was literally in like a different city every day, and we're just like, well, here's 5 options, L.A., Seattle, whatever. We were able to find some photographers to meet up with him. It's great. So check that out. The evangelicals, we look at, like in the news, political year right now, everybody's about the evangelical vote. Like, who are the evangelicals voting for? We decided to kind of go, who are actual evangelicals
what are y'all
by
talking
this
about?
definition? Is that our parents? Is that us? Because we're a little different from each other. So we did a piece looking at the evangelicals. We have a piece about sexual temptation. We had a piece by Claire Diaz-Ortiz, who is a Silicon Valley innovator, about
She's a
living
machine.
a life of intentionality and actual simplicity. We talked to world changer Seth Godin
Absolutely.
about
Super
actually
interesting.
how do you change the world. But again, I'm flying through the issue. We look at South Sudan. We look at one of the biggest social justice issues that people aren't talking about. We take a thoughtful look at this. Is there actually a Christian argument for legalizing marijuana? And we don't look at the intoxication aspects of it necessarily. We look at the criminal justice system and rehabilitation and how our country is dealing with the issue. And as
unintended
Christians,
consequences,
and as Christians, looking at this as a justice issue kind of changes the conversation a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a ton up in Front Matter. Slices is packed full of fascinating
Morgan Freeman
things.
is in Slices?
Yeah, we talked to Morgan Freeman. That's right. Morgan Freeman talks about his new Nat Geo series, The Story of God. This is a packed issue, and I haven't even gotten to the big stuff.
Yeah, it's a good issue, and Morgan Freeman is just
It's like glossed
he's just in
over.
the front.
Yeah. The guy who has played God on multiple occasions
couldn't get a
is in
picture.
our magazine. Oh yeah, and then we just-
by the way.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess we'll take this call from you, but
Yeah,
we got other things.
he's played God and he's been in Batman. He's got some cred.
That's true. Forgot about the Batman part.
Yeah.
But I would say all 3 of us would agree that our 3 favorite pieces I haven't mentioned yet.
Absolutely. Well, right on the cover, I mean, the biggest face in the magazine is critically acclaimed actor Ewan McGregor, which we were super excited to feature. Obviously, he's been in stuff as big as Star Wars, and he's in a bunch of...
Which I just saw the other day, by the way. I
The
just
one with
I
him?
saw 1, 2, and 3 with
Oh,
with Cohen the other day for the first time.
I'm slightly sorry, but at
Yeah.
least you got to see Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not great.
When he
But
had
it
his
was
little
really
rat
weird
tail.
seeing Rat Tail Ewan McGregor. Because I had been
McGregor.
staring at this photo shoot of Ewan McGregor for a while, and I was like, oh, that was him in the 90s.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well, he's in a new art house film where he actually, and this is super bold, super risky of him, he portrays both Jesus and the devil
right.
in the same film.
Right.
So the film takes place in the temptation of Jesus, the 40 days in the desert, and it's the last day or two that Jesus spends in the desert. So it's an extra biblical episode.
Well, and not only I know it's technically like an art film because of, the story is non-conventional, but the cinematographer who did Last Days in the Desert did his 2 prior movies were Birdman and The Revenant.
yeah,
Both
he won
of-
the last 2 Oscars.
And it's a gorgeous film.
Yeah, and he
It's
shot this
beautifully.
There's only 5 people that appear in it
Mm-hmm.
totally. It's shot unbelievable. They screened it for us here at our office a few months ago, and it was the ending was unexpected. I would say.
I would say so, yeah.
I would say like it's worth seeing.
Absolutely.
But the ending was odd, but what Ewan did to explore the human side of Jesus and Satan, and again, this is an extra biblical narrative. It's not, I wouldn't say that it conflicts with scripture in any way. It's just not alluded to.
Right.
It really gives you an understanding and an empathy for kind of how difficult this 40 days would have been for him.
Yeah, so he said that he looked across, say, the canon of Jesus portrayals in film, and he thought that they were all too divine, too God's son. And so he wanted to tap into that earthy side. So he spent a lot of time reading more like Jewish literature. His wife actually is a practicing Jew, and tapping into what Jesus would have been like. You know, the things that he would have perhaps been about, would have been interested in, what his physical characteristics would have been, and really tapped into that.
And I'm not going to give away what he does, but the difference, there's a couple physical differences between when he's Satan and when he's Jesus, and it's funny and really clever and
Yeah, absolutely.
incredibly well done.
So yeah, a powerful performance by him and a great conversation that he gave us too. So the feature really just diving into what he did in that movie and then how it fits in his broader scope of his work was, I think, super interesting. We're really excited.
Yeah,
about it.
really proud to publish that piece. It was really
Yeah,
good.
and just the fact that it's going to put, you know, the person of Jesus, not just his teachings, but the person of Jesus into the cultural dialogue is something that is significant.
Sure. With essentially no agenda behind it. I mean,
Right.
it's not like
Yeah,
they
it's
were
not
like-
proselytizing.
Yeah, this wasn't like married Jesus and all these things. It was a pretty orthodox look.
One of the ones that I had the opportunity to work on was about sort of this new trend in comedy for some of the young talent to really be addressing social justice issues head on. And the evolution of this piece was really interesting. I feel like we can probably give some behind the scenes here. I don't want to give too much away of the story, but you know, the impetus of the story was we wanted to talk to Hannibal Buress about what had happened when he did a stand-up routine that talked about you know, how people were glossing over the rape allegations leveled against Bill Cosby for decades. You know, after he did that comedy routine and it went viral, all of a sudden that story is back in the mainstream conversation, and you know, ultimately led to his downfall and led to him coming to justice. And so we thought, man, let's talk to Hannibal Buress about this. This is an interesting story, and the story that ended up emerging. Because Hannibal Buress now has a conflicted relationship a little bit with that material and what has happened to him. But it really ended up being this metaphor for something that's happening throughout comedy is what is the role of comedians in culture right now to expose injustice while still being funny. We had the opportunity to talk to a lot of really thoughtful, talented people in addition to Hannibal. And all of them had really interesting thoughts about what role comedy has in exposing injustice and tackling tough issues with humor. It was a really fun piece to put together, but it's a really challenging piece because these people had a lot of heavy thoughts. So I this is one that I was really proud of how it came together.
Aziz Ansari is case in point, or the new Apatow, series Love is a case in point, where it's like using kind of alt comedy to kind of raise societal issues and justice issues and things. It's smart, and it's a new era for comedy, and we love it. As you're reading the issue, as you're reading this piece, there is a moment where Jesse directly asks Hannibal about the Cosby controversy, which Hannibal has very strong and not positive feelings about.
He didn't want to talk about it.
He did not want to talk about it.
He hates that that's what he's becoming known as, is the guy who took down Cosby. So when Jesse finally conjures up the courage to ask him directly about it, his answer is one of my favorite answers we've ever gotten in 16 years of publishing. So it's great.
Yeah. I encourage you to read it. I don't know if we'll ever release the audio, but you want to hear the most awkward 3 minutes of dialogue between two people, one of whom is just heavily breathing in anger the whole time. Maybe we can post the interview between
the interview itself could have been a segment in like some kind of Judd Apatow based comedy feature.
Wonderful.
But to be honest, it ended up being like this, such a telling metaphor for where I feel like a lot of comedians are, because they want to be seen as artists and not, these, someone with an agenda. But anyway, encourage you to read the piece. It was fun to put together.
I would say this though. My favorite piece in the entire issue was one that in every editorial meeting, I was the skeptic in the room. I was the one saying, guys, this sounds lame. Guys, this isn't going to be good. Guys,
you doubted it.
Guys, this is going to be the piece that we need to have a backup for. So go all the way through the editorial process, but I'm just letting you know now that we might want to have a backup ready just in case it doesn't quite land, because the likelihood that this is going to be good is very remote. And I would say this piece absolutely floored me, and is probably easily the best piece in the issue. Tell us about it, Jesse.
Oh, well, thanks. This is another one I had the opportunity to work on about a video game. You may have heard of it. You may not. It's sort of in the indie game space, but it's got a lot of coverage because of some of the themes it talks about. The video game is called That Dragon Cancer. And so just for a little context, I don't want to give away too much of the resolution of the story that's in the magazine, but the game started as an idea between a husband and wife. The husband was a video game developer, and one of their young children was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And as a way, and they were both believing Christians, and they deeply believed that God would heal their son. They believed in the miraculous healing power of God, literally. And as sort of a testament to their journey, they decided to document the first years of his life and their journey with him going to the hospital and getting treatment in what is technically a video game, but it's almost like an interactive film. Mm-hmm. And if you get a chance to play it, it's a moving, it's difficult experience. But they wanted to make a monument to his healing because every milestone in this young kid's life, he would blow through what the doctors were telling him. And so they believed, like I said, in the healing power of God, and they wanted to show it in this unique form, this really artful, beautiful, elegant game. And during the course of them making this game and during their son's life, the story goes in some unexpected directions.
Yeah, and that's in the game.
Yeah,
and that's the crazy thing is like you're like live playing what they experienced.
Mm-hmm.
This game, we first heard about it, I think, on Radiolab, right? And then
Wired.
Wired discovered it, and this game is getting so much buzz in the gaming world because it's so moving. This is an incredibly cynical kind of world, and this is a very sincere, vulnerable, transparent kind of journey and a very different and unexpected thing, and people are openly weeping. People are praying during it. I mean, during a game.
It is a spiritual experience. Yeah. It is unlike, and talking with, I can't express enough gratitude to Ryan and Amy Green, the parents, who were willing to talk to us on a level, because I had heard the Radiolab story, I read, what was in Wired, but I feel like they talked to us about things that they haven't talked about to other people.
Yeah, we got a portion of that story nobody else got.
Yeah.
It truly is one of the favorite things that I've had the opportunity to be a part of, and like I said, it was emotional writing it. It was emotional talking to them. It was emotional playing the game, and just a really interesting story too.
Yeah. It's a piece of art.
Yeah, you don't have to like video games. This is a human interest story, and that was the thing that I was skeptical if we could take it to a level like make this appealing to people outside of video game fans. And what grabs you immediately is the human element of this story. This is not a video game story.
Absolutely.
And it was moving. It's an unbelievable issue.
It's a great issue.
Yeah, it's really fun.
We edited the heck out of it.
I hope you all enjoy it. Go over to the website. You can subscribe if you aren't a subscriber and get it. And definitely pick it up on newsstands. Pick it up on the App Store. You can also view it at relevantmagazine.com. There's a digital replica there where you can actually flip through the full issue for free if you want to see it that way as well. So go check it out. The new issue of Relevant is coming out this next week. Don't miss it. Stay tuned. Up next, feedback. Listening to Royal Blood. The song is Where Are You Now? It's from the official soundtrack of that HBO show Vinyl, which was very good. It's about the late 70s, early 80s kind of rock scene.
That was great.
In New York, yeah. So this song's Royal Blood's
I was
on that
really
soundtrack.
impressed with Ray Romano.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's hard to not see him as
Dab!
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Raymond. That's the brother.
Yeah, the other one, yeah.
Can I just say this, though? I feel like Ray Romano's embraced the character too much because now every appearance I've seen him on, he's wearing a black leather jacket, which isn't a problem. Like, black leather jackets are cool. But one, he's Ray Romano, and I've never seen it before now. But it seems like he never's taking that thing off.
Yeah.
Like, because that's like his, like his thing on the show. Like, he's a cool music guy. But yeah, it's
But
like
no, he's
get
not,
outside of character.
No,
Get
he's
back.
not though. He's not the cool music guy. He's kind of like the partner who kind of gets overlooked and like kind of has a chip on his shoulder about the anyway.
Well, let me say this: stay in your lane, Ray. Everyone loved the flannel jean thing you had going for like 2 decades. It was his thing, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be like seeing Kevin James saunter around in a cool rock jacket. It just a little disorienting. That's all.
Raymond.
Last week, Jesse brought a slice about the breaking news that Merriam-Webster's dictionary was adding 2,000 words to it, with a lot of kind of just phrases and stuff of just kind of, modern things that just I didn't think were worthy
Just
of.
oogie.
Yeah. Well, then Joy mentions how she added a phrase to urbandictionary.com that she made up. And so we thought, what other words or phrases should be added to Merriam-Webster moving forward? And so we asked you guys to help us come up with them, and we asked you also for their definition. You hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. You also posted your suggestions on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Here are a few of our favorites.
A relevant user on our website by the name Jewelry Monk said, "This is a great suggestion. Binge Gret." And there's no definition needed, just a TV, a broken watch, and a tear emoji. I'm assuming that means when you've spent, you look at your TV clock or whatever, and it's now 4 a.m, and you've wasted all your sleeping time catching up on episodes of
Gilmore
Better
Girls.
Call Saul. Yeah.
John had a great one. I loved John's. John said flirtship, which is kind of like flirtship, like when a guy raises his hands or jumps or kneels in response to the cute girl doing the same thing a few seats away during the music portion of a church service.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's very, very clever.
That's a baller move right there. That's a veteran move.
That is, yeah.
Andrew Michael suggested, he said recently he actually combined wedding and marriage, and it came out wearage. And he said, so that's clearly a werewolf marriage.
And you would use that so much in day-to-day conversation, especially if you're discussing the Twilight series.
It has been a while, but an old friend has resurfaced a huge ship. The word was trimmered. When someone hates you so much, they publish a highly ridiculed book telling all living creatures to avoid you. There is a lot of backstory to this, but just ask a huge ship on Twitter, and it will give you all the information.
Look up the book "How to Avoid Huge Ships" by Captain John Trimmer.
Yeah.
On. Read the reviews. You won't be disappointed.
I love Dean Cooper's. His was devowel. And it said, when a band can't think of a good name and resort to removing the vowels in a normal word or words. Examples being HTRK for hate rock, BRNS for brains, DLRN for DeLorean, etc.
Yeah.
This is only slightly more respectable when the band is European, being that they can pull off such antics better.
I'm guilty of that.
I like that. Devowed.
Yeah, it was good.
This one, I don't know if it's a fortunate or unfortunate meme that showed up on Reddit years ago of the United States, Canada wearing the jorts in the United States region on a map, to which the caption, a pixelated caption, said that we were Canada's jorts. Either way, that is from now on to be known as Relegate.
Hey, Tim Nisley pointed out an observation. He said, the most subtle part of this week's podcast, and his favorite, is how Cameron and Chandler's laughter is almost always in sync. Interesting. Like that actually took about 12 hours of post-production for Chandler to go through and meticulously sync up every
Most
giggle.
of my time here is spent syncing up the
We are
laughter.
investing heavily in laughter syncing. So that is
finally paying off.
I'm glad people are noticing.
Yeah. Time well spent.
Joseph had a great list of words when he was younger. He would take words and put them in his own past tense form. So it started when he was a kid, and he said felled as a past tense of fold. And so he would like to add a few more. So instead of saying like, the past tense of like would be loke, bike would be boke, remind, remound, breathe, broth. So like he would say, I went for a boke ride yesterday.
No, he would say, I boke there.
I boked there. Okay.
Yeah, so these would be used as past tense verbs, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not the writer here.
There's a ton of Twitter feedback between Canadians and Americans. That did we do something about Canada last week? I don't even remember.
Yeah, you guys, because
Andy Barron.
Andy was in Canada
in the Great White
and
North.
You guys talked about some things that I guess were not exactly factual.
You know,
you know,
who knows?
Potato,
much
potato. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
What happens across the border is of none of our concern. We just take rumor and conjecture and we put it out there.
Right.
You'll sort it out. We
Yeah,
inform,
figure-
you decide.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say this, Canada. Let me say this. If you're looking for an apology or even an acknowledgement that we said something disparaging, you've come to the wrong place. Your cries are not here.
Hey, I'm really getting offended by all this relevant talk, eh?
Next thing you know, we're going to be hearing from the Dutch because of Eddie's accent. We can't listen. If we had to apologize for every time we cause a minor international incident, we're not even going to have a podcast. You might just cut in case you missed it because it's going to fill all that time. So just don't worry about it.
Right. So sorry, not sorry, eh? I bet 1-800-Flowers doesn't even deliver to Canada. I don't even know, but we should find that out. I don't know. You know what I mean? 1-800-Flowers.
true.
Do they even have 1-800, or is it like a long country code?
01143.
011 plus 9 plus
Flowers.com/relevant. That'll do it for last week's feedback. It's time for this week's.
Editorial question of the week. Hey.
All right. Well, 1-800-Flowers.com/relevant. Mother's Day. Mother's Day is upon us.
Yeah.
It's that time of year when everybody pays attention to their mom. So we, for this week's question of the week, we want to know from you your favorite mom stories. Not mama jokes, mom stories.
Yeah.
They could be funny. They could be endearing. We just want to know your favorite mom story for your
And
mother.
we'd like a little PS if your mom named all the kids and her pets with the same letter.
except for this,
And
except for one random parrot named Amigo.
Right.
Yeah, seriously.
The favorite
I gotta
child
switch this
of
up.
Ego the parrot. Now, I will say this too, because if you want to conceal the identity of yourself or your mother, because maybe the story's embarrassing, feel free to do that. You don't have to use your real name if you're posting on our website.
What a
Cameron, I actually
invitation.
think Amigo.
Well,
Amigo is
I'm
a
just saying,
silent
like, if you have like an embarrassing story that's about, I guess. Well, let me say this: most people have no problem posting embarrassing stories of themselves on the internet for us to read.
Yeah,
so
what in
I
the
don't care.
world
Post
But
whatever
what
you
you've
want.
said is, we want the stuff that you have to be anonymous. It's so embarrassing.
I'm looking for funny stories here, Eddie.
Yeah, so tell us your mom stories. Hit us up on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter at relevantpodcast. If you're doing that, I think they're using the hashtag EQOTW, editorial question of the week. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Yeah, that'll be fun. How endearing next week. 1-800-Flowers.com.
Yeah, we love moms.
Be cute. Yep. Many thanks to the show's sponsors, Bombas. Remember, you can go over to bombas.com/relevant, all lowercase, where you can use the offer code relevant to receive 20% off your first purchase of wonderful, wonderful socks.
Come on,
today.
Channing.
I'm doing it
Just
today.
get yourself, you're going to buy one pair, then you're going to freak out, and then you're going to buy cases.
I mean, socks are really important.
Also, thanks to 1-800-Flowers.com. Remember to go over to 1-800-Flowers.com/relevant for the exclusive offers just for Relevant Podcast listeners while supplies last. There are actually some really good deals there. And the roses that they sent here a couple weeks ago were really beautiful.
Mhm.
The multicolored thing.
yeah, they're beautiful.
Awesome. Thanks, many thanks to Jordan Smith for joining us. I'm a big fan. I like Jordan a lot. I follow him on Twitter at Jordan Smith Live, and his debut album, Something Beautiful, is out now. Check it out. Also, thanks to Stephen Roach and Jason Folletta for joining us. Remember, you can watch their documentary called For the Love Of. It's playing right now on relevant.tv. And if you want to find out more about the Micah Challenge, you can follow them on Twitter at Micah Challenge. Remember, the new issue of Relevant with Ewan McGregor and all that amazing content is out now. If you've got a tablet, you can head over to the iTunes store or the Google Play store and download the interactive edition right away. It's really awesome. There's a ton of multimedia added to it. You can buy the paper edition on newsstands nationwide like Barnes & Noble and others, or you can subscribe today over at relevantmagazine.com. It's still shipping, so if you subscribe today, you would get in the next shipment run. So go check
If your
that out.
mom's cool, she'd like this. There's a Mother's Day gift.
I don't know the moms are that cool.
Yeah, but what about like a...
See, I mean, it's not. I mean, maybe if you got like a Ray Romano leather jacket kind of mom.
So that's a very specific
A
audience.
late stage leather jacket mom, because that's
Yeah.
what Ray Romano is. He wasn't, he's just now getting into that.
Getting into leather
That's
jackets.
my problem with it.
He's just now into
It's
relevant.
not who he is.
Yeah, because you're in life, you got to stay in your lane. You can't evolve as a person, is what you're saying. You can't discover new things that you.
Not if you're a comedian. Not if you're a Ray Romano sitcom star. I always want Jerry Seinfeld to have the mullet and wear the big kind of overly large,
high-waisted
dress
ashes
tucked
jeans.
in
Yeah.
to the
Giant
jeans.
sneakers.
Yeah, the giant all-white sneakers. Yeah. Stay in your lane, Seinfeld, with your little fancy cars.
Yeah, with your fancy
Quit
car.
talking. Pay attention to the
Coffee.
road.
Yeah, you're a hazard out there. That weird Duesenberg. You're driving down to the Hamptons with Alec Baldwin. Good Lord.
All right, get the magazine. It's out now. I think you'll like it, and we'd appreciate the support. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
I'm Chandler Strang.
I'm Joy Egrich.
Reed.
Reed.
Don't even edit that. Leave it exactly as it is.
All right.
Make her suffer for not knowing her name.
I'm Jesse Carey.
We'll see you next week.
I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. When the gun still rattles, the gun still rattles. Oh, I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Connect with us on Twitter @RelevantPodcast and get bonus material from this episode and more at the podcast section on relevantmagazine.com. And don't forget to check the magazine out. It's available on newsstands and at the iTunes App Store, or you can subscribe online at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Cause something inside has changed, and maybe we don't want to stay the same. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head.
Skillet. It was Skillet. They play Skillet.
This holiday season, the best deal in wireless can only be found at Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you'll get another 3 months for free. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order and activate from home with eSIM, while saving tons on phone plans starting at just $15 a month. For a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months free by going to mintmobile.com/save. That's mintmobile.com/save. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/save.